If the culture answer would be absolutely yes. It is intolerant, totally intolerant, to say that Jesus Christ is the only way. It's abhorrent if you define tolerance the way culture does. Tolerance is evil. Come on, folks, you can't even be tolerant without being intolerant. I am not one place in the Bible am I instructed to be tolerant. I would refuse to raise my children to be tolerant. Doesn't that sound heretical to most of you? I'm not called to be tolerant. When you tolerate someone, you degrade them. The Bible commands us to love. Love your enemy. Love those that do poor to you. Love one another. I raise my children to love. When you love someone, you attribute value, dignity, and worth. Not tolerate. Tolerate is evil. I wrote a whole book on it called The New Tolerance. My God. Well, tolerance applied to culture is what? Multiculturalism. Multiculturalism is pathetic. It has nothing to do with the color of your skin, your racial background, anything. Multicultural does. Multiculturalism means all cultural values, all cultural beliefs, all cultural lifestyles, all claims to truth are equal. And boy, let me tell you, was there a devastating blow to that, and the Western media never even covered it, when 3.5 months ago, Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany, came out and said, this struck at the heart of Duke, of UNC, of every university, said multiculturalism is a failure, it's a false concept, it has absolutely failed. The Western media never covered it. Several weeks ago, Prime Minister Cameron of England came out speaking to the European Parliament, said, we better wake up. Multiculturalism is false. It is a failed concept. It is destroying my country. And then where's the heart of tolerance? Where? France. Just several days ago, about 5 days ago, Sarkozy came out on national television, said, we've got to wake up. Multiculturalism is a false concept. It has failed, and the Western media never covered it. It struck at the heart of every university in the world. And let me tell you, we're called to be loving. I want to love those that hate me. I want to love those that despise me. And I want to be able to tell the truth in that context. But boy, I'll say today, I might disagree with one little area. Today, love doesn't give you permission to tell the truth, because that's intolerant. You can be loving and be totally intolerant according to the cultural definition. Tolerance simply means that all values, all beliefs, all lifestyles, all claims to truth are equal. And if you dare to say there's a value, belief, or lifestyle or claim to truth greater or less than another, by definition now, that makes you a bigot, and that makes you intolerant. Why? You made a moral judgment. That's why if you take the cross of Jesus, a lot of you don't remember this, none of you do. The piss Christ, yeah, take a piss. The piss Christ. They took an artist in New York in a museum, took a crucifix and degraded it in a jar of urine, hailed it as tolerance. And that is tolerance according to tolerance. Why? Because see, you're taught to be tolerant of the tolerable and give you permission to be intolerant of the intolerant. If you take an intolerant symbol, which the number one intolerant symbol in the world is a cross, because it says only one way. And when you take and degrade that, you're being tolerant. But if you take the rainbow, the symbol of homosexuality is one of the biggest symbols of tolerance in the world, that all is equal, and you degrade that in urine, you are intolerant. And that's why love doesn't, in culture, give you permission to tell the truth. Yeah.
You know, if there had have been another way, Jesus would have taken it. I mean, if there had been any other way to save mankind but his death on the cross, Jesus would have been the first to say, there's another way. But he prayed in the garden, if there be any other way, and there wasn't. So the fact that, again, it's a legal problem, satisfying the justice of God, dying for our sins, Jesus did what no one else did. So how could it be tolerant to rescue somebody from a burning building, and if you rescued them, to say, you know, why didn't somebody else rescue me?
You mean how can it be intolerant?
Yeah, how can it be intolerant to go and rescue somebody from a building and say, I'm not going to let you rescue me. Why can't somebody else rescue me? Jesus is the one that went in and rescued us.
It depends on how you define tolerance.
Right.